That's really loud.
That was Dennis, yeah.
Yeah. I thought it was because we turned this down and I couldn't hear. Since 1803, the old
Where on the other side, the Buffalo
have a lot to be great match. Jesus, that's really loud.
that was Dennis, yeah.
Yeah. I thought it was because we turned this down and I couldn't hear him. Since 1803, the old town clock's been keeping time here in downtown Halifax, and as we look at our watch, it's almost game time. It's the Halifax Thunderbirds and the Buffalo Bandits. Welcome inside the nest, everybody. My name is Teddy Jenner alongside Pat Gregoire. Thanks for joining us as we have a fantastic Eastern Conference matchup between two of the top teams.
We saw a great game between these two foes last game, but the Halifax Thunderbirds thought the wheels kind of fell off for them, where on the other side, the Buffalo Bandits really thought they forced their will. We're in for a great afternoon, are we not?
The fans have a lot to be excited about. There should be a ton inside, but we've got a great match to set up for you. Two we really need to watch out for. We're going to start with the Buffalo Bandits, a team laden with offensive veterans, but it's the number 3 overall pick, Dahoga Nanakok, who's really taken this team by surprise, in this league by surprise, and it's done an excellent job.
A lot of chatter about Jeff Teat, Reed Bowering, Patrick Dodds, but this guy has asserted himself into the conversation for Rookie of the Year. He's a human highlight reel, and every time he touches the floor, it's must-see TV.
On the other side of the ball, newly acquired Dawson Theed played his first game for the club yesterday, had 4 goals, and they expect more from him tonight.
He's a big body, he's got silky mitts, and he is a great addition to this team. And people have to remember, Dawson Theed played with this organization when they were with Rochester just a few years ago. So they knew what they had in him. He's a great athlete, and he's a guy that's going to crash and bang, but as we saw yesterday, he's got some finishing touch as well.
They need a full 60 minutes tonight because Buffalo is not going to roll over, even if they've already clinched a playoff spot. Captain Steve Perillo caught up with our own Tyson Guyton.
Steve, last night the Buffalo Bandits clinched a playoff spot, an 11-1 record. You've still got 6 games remaining in your season. As the captain, how do you keep your team focused the rest of the way?
These are the fun ones. These are the ones that that separate us from the rest of the pack, and we have an opportunity here to get further into first place and start knocking teams down the list.
How was that flight in coming into the second game of the back-to-back?
It was a tight flight in, but the boys are, the morale's high and everybody's feeling pretty good.
Best of luck out there.
Thanks so much.
Well, both teams are sort of rested. It's an early afternoon, evening kind of game here in Halifax. What should we expect?
We should back a great game. These two teams do not like each other, and there's a lot on the line, especially for Halifax.
Halifax needs to get a win to keep pace with Buffalo if they want to get that number overall seed. But we'll find out. It's the Thunderbirds and the Bandits next, right here on TSN.
What is belief? Nathan McKinnon? At 14, he wasn't wishing he'd make it to the NHL. He believed that he would. So while other kids were playing video games, he was putting in the work to make his dream come true. Guaranteed Rate believes in your dreams. That's why we treat everyone like we treat our own family and work extra hard to get you the lowest low rate possible. Because if you believe, you will.
Introducing Fanatics.ca, Canada's largest collection of officially licensed fan gear. From all the leagues and teams you love. Shop now and get today's special offer. Fanatics.ca, officially licensed everything.
You like checks. Hey, we like checks. You like new moves. We like new moves. You like to score? We like to assist. Alterna Savings, the good in banking.
Financial services and puts the good in banking. Visit Alterna.ca to learn more. By Fanatics.ca, the NLL's home for officially licensed everything. Visit Fanatics.ca today. And by Guaranteed Rate. If you believe it, you can do it. Guaranteed Rate. Believe you will.
Welcome back to Halifax, Nova Scotia, as we get you set for opening face-off between Max Adler and Jake Withers. Your starting goaltenders tonight, Matt Vince, 11-1, 9.4 goals against, and a 8.22 save percentage at the other end. It's Warren Hill, 7-4 with a 9.66 goals against and a .789. It should be a fantastic goaltender matchup. Obviously, Warren didn't have his best stuff last night, but the other end, Matt Vince, was steady as that game went along.
Yeah, Warren Hill, definitely a game that he's going to want back, but with how good he's been playing, you kind of expected for him to have an off night. It was just unfortunate. It was one of the bigger games of the year, but no doubt we're expecting a bounce back for the man they call here in Halifax the King of the Hill.
Your officials for tonight's game, Todd LeBranch, Josh Hiltz, Ryan Dutkus. Opening faceoff presented by Sports Interaction, and it's won there by Jake Withers. Ryan Terefenko right down the pipe. And he'll decide to hold on to an early possession here for Halifax.
Terefenko just becoming an absolute loose ball monster, especially on the draw.
Peterson with an early shot. Nice save there by Matt Vince. And he's got a man all the way up ahead of him. Long ball pass on the breakaway. Nick Weiss shoots, scores! Nick Weiss, 27 seconds in. And Buffalo has a 1-0 lead.
Everyone always talks about how quickly the offense for Buffalo can strike. Well, the transition can get it done. This time, it's a grit grinder, and Nick Weiss showing off his stuff in transition. First shot on goal for the Bandits, and he makes no mistake beating Warren Hill to give his team a 1-0 lead. A very inopportune start for Halifax.
Nick Weiss' third goal of the season, a hot start for the Bandits. And let's take a look at your betting odds tonight. Buffalo minus 118, Halifax minus 117, so pretty even. Over under set at 22.5, and last night it was way over.
Yeah, way over. Helped some of those bettors, but I think we can expect a little bit of a better defensive battle, although already 1-0. So if you took the under, you might be sweating already.
Here's Sean Evans. Gets a pick there from Steven Keel. Inside all out, Cody Jamieson scores! Great feed from Evie, and the captain, Cody Jamieson, ties this thing up. It's 1-1.
Doesn't matter if they're wearing a Six Nations Arrows jersey, a Rochester Nighthawks jersey, or here in Halifax wearing the Thunderbirds threads. When these two are on the floor together, magic happens. Not sure how Cody Jamieson gets so wide open there, but when he's in all alone, he is not gonna make a mistake there. Tie ball game at 1 steady.
Jamieson's 12th of the season. Evans, that's his 48th assist of the season, just his 10th assist since coming over to the Thunderbirds for that trade deadline.
One big thing with that acquisition of Evans was his familiarity with a lot of the guys on the floor, and especially Cody Jamieson.
Going the other way in transition, Tyson Bell shoots, and he just put it wide. Good push in transition there by Scott Campbell, the seasoned veteran.
That's something that head coach Mike Kersey told us pregame, that he wanted to get a little bit more from his defense. The scoring in transition, he felt that Buffalo did a great job doing that, and he wants to match that today.
Byrne swings it across the floor. Dane Smith right back to Byrne. Byrne had 7 points last night, including 3 goals. Outside shot by Smith, goes wide, 8 on the shot clock. Byrne into the corner, Buchanan. He gets dispossessed by a nice stick check, and then an easy shot on target there. Warren Hill with his first save of the night.
Great cause turnover there by Nungo Thompson. He is in the lineup here, but going out the D door, don't be surprised if you see him take some offensive shifts as well. He's a little bit of a Swiss Army knife for Halifax.
Loose ball picked up by the Buffalo Bandits. Robinson gonna run. Inside McKay, he put it off the inside of Warren Hill and off the pipe and out. So Brandon Robinson's wearing 13 for the Halifax Thunderbirds, and Justin Robinson is wearing 53 for the Buffalo Bandits. Could we see the brothers maybe dance, Patty?
It wouldn't be the first time the Robinsons thrown fisticuffs in that household. Looks like we're gonna get a penalty, a couple of penalties here. We'll get a look right here.
Body's just battling in the corner, and that's McKay and Shanks.
Yeah, and McKay just bear hugs Shanks. We're gonna get a couple of roughing there, so Shanks and McKay will sit down for 2. We'll continue 5-on-5 play here.
Your scratches for tonight for the Buffalo Bandits scratch Brad McCulley and Justin Martin. For the Halifax Thunderbirds, Chris Boucher and David Brock. 2.5 in, 1-1's your score. There's an outside shot, had Vince leaning, but he got the left elbow on it. Rebound, fresh 30 Halifax.
Big loose ball by Brandon Robinson. You mentioned he is in the lineup for the first time here today.
Feed, inside feet, Jamieson. Jamieson's got to get up the floor. His chin strap's undone. And loose ball will be picked up there by Nick Weiss. Quickly up ahead to Brownell.
Lots of changes on that left side. Kyle Jackson out, Steph LeBlanc out, both of them playing on different clubs. Now you bring in 2 young guys that are big bodies. They like to crash and bang. Maybe freeing up a little more space for Cody Jamieson.
Dane Smith. Nanakoke gets around Hosick. Nanakoke, twister scores. What a goal by the rookie. We highlighted him in the opening.
Thank you.
And he shows why he's one of the best young talents in our game. Hogan Nanakoke with his 27th.
And this is a very uncharacteristic mistake by Graham Hosick. Decides to stick check Deoka Nanakoke. Sometimes even a cross check can't stop this guy. Look at him get into space. 1 fake, 2 fake, 3 fake, boom, right in the back of the net. I mentioned it. You gotta watch this guy anytime he steps on the floor, because there's a good chance of highlights coming. And we already got one here early in the first.
So we'll wait for the call here, but Dane Smith has made his way to the Bandits penalty box. Crew Chief Todd LeBrand said the goal counted.
face-off, and you guys are 5 on 4.
So there's Todd LeBranch.
Yeah, after the ball went in.
So it's going to be a slashing minor on Dane Smith. The goal won't count. It'll be 5 on 4, and it'll be Halifax possession.
Great explanation there, Tim. Doing your best impression of Todd LeBranch.
I guess it's, see, this is, shouldn't it be Halifax ball? Dead
figure
ball,
it out at one
penalty
point. Here we go.
on a
5
dead
on
ball?
It should. I do believe you are correct. We'll have to
We'll check.
check with that. If it is a dead ball, which it should have been after the goal.
So Withers and Adler at the dot. Loose ball won there by Halifax, picked up by Keogh. He splits away from the double team.
Actually,
And Halifax will head to the power play.
Nick Weiss taking the face off smart, as if they do lose the draw, he's out there for the kill right away.
So Peterson will set up the power play for Halifax, who went 0 for 7 yesterday. They are dead last in the NLL. Evans, Jamison, shot, trying to go short side, save Vince. Loose ball, Dawson Theed, reset the 30. Jamison, twister again, oh, that one off the crossbar. Another fresh 30, Evans. Shot off the pipe, and it went off the back of Vince's leg.
No shortage of chances there. Halifax recognizing that they're going to get some chances. There's a lot of bodies. They like to really pack it in tight, up on top of that crease, take away a lot of lanes. Blocks a lot of shots.
8 men off the benches. Fraser scores! Short-handed goal. Chase Fraser sprints off the bench, gets the ball, picked up late, and he fires it short side, and it's 3-1 Buffalo.
Another short-handed goal against. Last time we were in this building, it absolutely plagued them with 2 shorties against. This is the first one. It's early, and Chase Fraser recognizes Graham Hossack a little bit slow to slide there. Instead, he takes the shot and beats Warren Hill. They were definitely confident shooting on Warren Hill. It looks like that confidence is continuing here tonight.
Withers wins the draw clean to Tarafinkel. Here comes the power play again. That's the 7th short-handed goal for Buffalo this season. Shanks, late man is Jamison. He'll set things up. They play 1-2, down in the corner, Keogh. Here comes some movement by the Thunderbirds. Jamison, Shanks, shot, elbow save Vince, loose ball. Oh, it almost gets flipped in on past Vince. He had to be quick to stop that one.
If you're Halifax, you got to be happy with the chances here. You're getting your looks. You're just not executing. This is where they can't panic and just force shots. You're getting clean looks. But at the end of the day, you need that execution. You cannot give up another shorthanded goal as well.
Byrne down the lane, 10 on the shot clock, double teamed on the far side boards. Byrne gonna run a space, flips it inside. Kluche bobbled it, gets it back. Can he get a shot off in time? Kluche, and that one will go well wide. Shot clock violation on his LeBranch. Gonna give Buchanan one. No, they'll go to a TV timeout. 3-1's your score. Chase Fraser with a short-handed goal. And he puts short side on Warren Hill. We'll come back. 1, 2, 3 here from Halifax.
Sports Interaction, Canada's odds maker.
Back here inside Scotiabank Center, Teddy Jenner, Pat Gregoire. We're from our man Tyson Geik down on the benches in a little bit, but 3-1, the Bandits leading here. It is a shorthanded goal by Chase Fraser, has extended the lead to 2.
Teddy, we talked about it, how important Halifax, their game plan, breaking things down and making sure they can play as much 5-on-5 lacrosse. Just one 5-on-5 goal against and a 5-on-5 goal for. They know they can play with them. It's transition and special teams that has been plaguing this team, especially against the Bandits.
Here's Jamison in the far side corner. Off the screen, bounce shot, save Matt Vince, loose ball, and they'll call Dawson Theed for going through the crease. And Bryce Sweeting will have it up by center. Only forced one, that'll be a turnover. Can Bell come up with it? He does, so an unforced error there by the Bandits. An opportunity here for Halifax to close the gap. Here comes Evans. Evans waiting for troops off the bench. Skips it down in the corner. Clark Peterson to Dawson Theed. Check that, Robinson, he'll shoot. Turned aside by Matt Vince. Loose ball all the way up by center. Nice job by Sean Evans to hustle onto that one. He'll float it into the corner. Shanks bobbled it. And it'll be grabbed there by Ethan O'Connor. Shanks just took his eye off that one, tried to turn the corner and take it to the net. O'Connor will give it to Fields. Here come the Bandits up a pair. Buffalo, the first team in the National Lacrosse League to clinch a playoff spot. They're 11-1. And starting to separate themselves from the pack. Here's Dane Smith, shot kicked aside. Great leg save there by Warren Hill, his best of the night. Terefenko now with numbers. Terefenko leaves it for Shanks, off a screen, shoots, and he put it just wide on the bouncer. Weiss on the far side boards, can't find it, picked up there by Spanger. Spanger loses his footing, gets it up to Ian K.
If there was any doubt of maybe a little bit of a letdown in energy here, you can certainly put that in your back pocket. Both teams got some edge.
Smith isolated. And he tried to flip it to Nanacook, goes awry. McKay. And that pass picked off almost. Kluche late in the 30, only tried to go 5-hole. Nice save there by Warren Hill.
Those are those saves that Warren Hill wasn't always coming up with. 28 seconds, 27's in the shot clock. Defense does a great job, and a shot comes from the outside. They were trickling through or going 5-hole. Much better job here for Warren Hill this afternoon.
Jamison to Dawson Theed, far side. Off the pick from Robinson, now near side Keogh. He'll shoot through a screen, again off the left elbow of Matt Vince. New 30. Theed, near side Peterson. To Jamison on the back door, and he held on to it. Tried the dunk, and he just lost his footing. And nice recovery there by Matt Vince. And now Brownell.
Right idea by Peterson, trying to find Cody Jamison back door there. Unfortunately, Jamison not able to pull trigger enough, had to resort for that dunk.
Byrne, now Dane Smith. One more Connor Fields near side. Swinging the ball nicely here are the Buffalo Bandits. Connor Fields drives to the center floor. Nice defensive check there, and he ends up on the turf, and this will be possession to Halifax Thunderbirds.
That's two really strong defensive stands from the Thunderbirds. We'll see if they'll be able to turn that momentum from the defensive floor into maybe some offense here.
Evans, bounce shot outside by Shanks, and man, Matt Vince is looking comfortable for a 40-year-old in what his near 20th season. Just continues to get the job done. Okay, little hidden ball trick, gives it off to Byrne. Now Kluche near side on an isolation. Byrne will set a pick all alone. Josh Byrne, and they'll count it. No communication there in the two-man game, and Josh Byrne left all alone, scores his 23rd on the season, and it's 4-1 Buffalo.
You nailed it, Teddy. Just a pure miscommunication there as Colton Armstrong sticks with his man there. And maybe we get a crease call here. Withers was looking to stay with the man. Instead, I think that's gonna come back.
He's got it in his hand. He doesn't want to throw it quite yet.
And I mean, that overhead look that we just took a look there, Teddy's tough to see. His leg is in the way. We'll see if we get some laundry on the floor.
Looks like he's gonna hold on to it.
Went in his back pocket, so instead. But a very uncharacteristic miscommunication between Armstrong and Withers there. Withers wanted to stay with his man instead. Armstrong slid, and you can't leave Byrne all alone like that.
Keogh shot kicked aside by Matt Vince. Loose ball picked up by Buffalo. Quickly up ahead. Nice grab there by Brownell. And he doesn't have the resources, so he'll slow things up, even though Nanakoke is streaking. Now Connor Fields. One-on-one. Fields to the center of the floor. Won't shoot it. Flip it back up to Kluche late off the bench. Kluche turns, shoots. Nice save there by Warren Hill. Quickly up ahead. Colton Armstrong. Will he shoot on the run? He will try to go 5-hole on Matt Vince with another beauty save.
Love seeing Halifax playing with some pace, but you'd like to see them maybe slow things down, try to get the offense going. Hasn't been a lot of settled situations for this offense, and for a lot of these guys, they like getting their touches, they like getting their feel. A little bit too helter-skelter for my likings.
Byrne skips it to Buchanan, backdoor cut. Connor Fields only just missed it short side. Loose ball picked up there by Tyson Bell. Quickly up ahead, Scotty Campbell. Campbell across center. Get off to Austin Shanks. Shanks has a 40 spot on the season. Jamison. Watch closely there by Priolo. And that pass goes up over the glass, heads up. And a 3-goal lead for the Buffalo Bandits, who will have possession when we return. Josh Byrne continues to have the hot stick. Come back from Halifax.
What is belief? Nathan McKinnon, at 14, he wasn't wishing he'd make it to the NHL. He believed that he would. So while other kids were playing video games, he was putting in the work to make his dream come true. Guaranteed Rate believes in your dreams. That's why we treat everyone like we treat our own family and work extra hard to get you the lowest low rate possible. Because if you believe, you will.
Introducing Fanatics.ca, Canada's largest collection of officially licensed fan gear. From all the leagues and teams you love. Shop now and get today's special offer. Fanatics.ca, officially licensed everything.
You like checks. Hey, we like checks. You like new moves. We like new moves. You like to score. We like to assist. Alterna Savings, the good in banking.
Don't hit me! Don't hit me!
Down on the floor, Tyson Geik with Micah Curson.
I think we're not even picking our shots. We're just throwing it on the net and hoping for the best, and that's not a recipe for success. So, you know, we got to start picking our spots. We got to start working a little bit harder to get better looks. I mean, if we're going to flog it from the outside, it's going to be an easy night for Buffalo. So we got to start getting our nose dirty.
Before the game, you talked a little bit about how you wouldn't want to be anywhere else than right here with this group of guys. In tough times, how important is it for you as the head coach to stay positive?
Yeah, I mean, you got to stay positive. Adversity builds champions, right? So, you know, we're going through some adversity. We got to battle through it, and we'll be better for it.
Thanks, Mike.
Thanks.
Teddy, Pat, back to you.
Thank you, Tyson. And, you know, we talked to Micah Kersey before, just talking about getting shots and putting more volume on Matt Vince, and you talked about it as well, but sometimes quality is better than quantity in this case.
Yeah, he's been very upset with just the shot selection with this offense over the past few games. He has the trust, but he just wants that better execution.
Smith inside. Backhander by Fields, and we put it off the bar. What a shot by Connor Fields. And then Haas will get called for a loose ball push onto Hogananicoke, and Buffalo will get a fresh 30.
An absolute cannon from a behind the back shot, but how about that ball movement, the cutting? That is peak Buffalo offense right there.
Cannon directing traffic. Nanacoke will get it on the half board, swings it near side Connor Fields. And then Fraser will get called for a hefty pick.
Got to be a pretty heavy pick to knock Graham Hossack down to his feet.
Here comes Sean Evans. Up top, Keel. Evans will come around a pick, skip it far side, Dawson Thied, now Cody Jamieson. Jamieson, Keel, bobbled, loose ball picked up by Sweeting, and the Halifax Thunderbirds just don't have any rhythm right now, Pat.
No, we saw Stephen Keogh score a couple of goals in tight in plays like that, but I just don't think he was expecting a pass from Jamieson there. Gotta agree with you, just totally out of sync right now on the offensive end.
Kluche, watched by Terafenko, comes around the top, takes a shot, great save there by the left arm of Warren Hill.
It's another miscommunication by Armstrong there.
Fields, backdoor look, oh, what a shot there by Fraser as he caught the pass low and tried to dunk it, 20 on the shot clock. Smith, watched there by James Barclay, gets around Thompson, and then Nongo Tompkins. Thompson is gonna get, oh, he might get another one as he slew foots Dane Smith. And now tempers starting to boil, as you would expect in the second game of a home and home. I think Thompson's gonna get a pair here. He's gonna get 2 for hold, 2 for rough, and there's the hold.
Yeah, that's an obvious hold there.
And then watch the slew foot.
No doubt about that. That's clear frustrations boiling over for the young defender there.
So the Buffalo Bandits will head to the power play, the 5th best in the NLL, clicking at 48.1%. And just crazy to think that the Halifax Thunderbirds, with the offense they have and the defensive talent they have, they are dead last in both penalty kill and power play. But here they come in transition. Withers. Gillis shoots and scores! That's the one way to get your special teams going. Find some energy, score shorty. 4-2. 8th shorthanded goal of the season for the Thunderbirds.
That was something that was working real well for them. Yesterday scored 2 shorties. Withers on his wrong side flips that over to Gillies. And BG6 with a vintage finish on the run. And now you feel a little life coming into this building. But still, a tall task here. 3:40 still to go in this penalty to Buffalo.
There was a couple short-handed markers in that game yesterday that allowed Halifax to go on that run near the, in the second quarter. And let's see if it can spark him again here tonight. Loose ball picked up there by Robinson. He's got to be careful of the center line. He'll bounce it to Priolo, and the Bandits power play will head out onto the floor. Bandits were 3 for 6 yesterday with the man advantage. And here's their second possession on this extended 4-minute double minor to Nungo Thompson. Nanacoke, Fraser, shot, left arm save, turned aside there by Warren Hill, new 30. Dane Smith, Josh Byrne, Fraser, shot, saved Warren Hill, loose ball behind the net. Who's going to come up with it is Withers is now down. He took a shot away from the play. Now Fields gets to the turf. Smith, shot bouncer, saved Warren Hill, loose ball picked up by Hossack. Hossack's going to run. In transition, late guys off the bench. Hossack shoots, trying to go short side. And nicely saved there by Matt Fitz as Halifax almost got another short. Last minute to play here in the opening quarter. Thanks for joining us here on TSN. Tyson Geit, Brad. Almost called you Brad. Pat Gregoire, Teddy Jenner, thanks for joining us from Halifax. Kluche to Byrne. Shot missed. late in the shot clock. That'll be over and back. Possession to the Thunderbirds with 38.6 remaining. Kill some time, maybe get a late short-handed goal here, and then try not to give one up in a final possession. But Shanks will sit on it just on the near side of center. Jamieson. Watch closely by Ethan O'Connor. Jamieson drives to the heart of the defense. Double team by Priolo. Shot, save, loose ball. And Jamieson couldn't find it. Now eventually be picked up there by Halifax. Ward Hill, does he want to go to the bench? No, Peterson driving. Shoots through a screen, turned aside by Matt Vince. And that'll do it here in the first quarter. Buffalo jumped out to a 4-1 lead, now 4-2. It's a tight, heated game between these two Eastern Conference foes playing in their 73rd game in franchise history. Come back from Halifax.
What is belief? Nathan McKinnon? At 14, he wasn't wishing he'd make it to the NHL. He believed that he would. So while other kids were playing video games, he was putting in the work to make his dream come true. Guaranteed Rate believes in your dreams. That's why we treat everyone like we treat our own family and work extra hard to get you the lowest low rate possible. Because if you believe, you will.
Introducing Fanatics.ca, Canada's largest collection of officially licensed fan gear. From all the leagues and teams you love. Shop now and get today's special offer. Fanatics.ca, officially licensed everything.
You like checks. Hey, we like checks. You like new moves. We like new moves. You like to score. We like to assist. Alterna Savings, the good in banking.
After 15 minutes of play, Buffalo leading Halifax 4-2 here from Scotiabank Center. Get game day ready and shop all your favorite teams, jerseys, and merchandise. Head to Fanatics.ca to get all your National Lacrosse League gear today. 15 minutes in, Patty, not the start Halifax won, but as they say, a lot of lacrosse left to play.
A ton of lacrosse, and if you want to take that last few minutes, you score the shorty, you had some momentum. Cody Jamieson tries to make some magic out of nothing, doesn't score, but he gets the big loose ball. Clark Peterson almost scoring, so you could start to feel some energy get back into the building, get back into the offense. So a minute 30 left in Nungo Thompson's second penalty here. If you can kill that off, get the offense going, start to chip away here.
Withers and Adler at the dot, still a minute 28 on the penalty to Thompson. Loose ball will be picked up there by Buffalo. Nice wrap check there by Withers, but it'll be eventually picked up by the little water bug, Kyle Buchanan.
What a nice addition he's been. Not really garnering the attention that some of the other big names have, but he's exactly it. The spark plug, the water bug, the guy that just does all the little things.
Smith to Fraser, tried to go short side, missed it. Loose ball be picked up there by Connor Fields. And they gave him a reset. That one didn't look like it came anywhere close. Smith, Fraser, back to Smith. Shot through screen, kicked aside by Warren Hill. That was definitely a reset. 42 on the minor.
Warren Hill already seeing the ball much better than what we saw in the afternoon down in Buffalo.
Smith will switch spots with Fraser. Shot by Byrne off the crossbar and out of play, reset it.
A lot of movement from this PK, bouncing back between a diamond and a box, just trying different things.
Well, a quick one from Dane Smith. I think the defense at Warren Hill were worried about the man behind the net. A quick seam pass finds Dane Smith cutting down the backside. The power play marker makes it 5-2.
this offense, especially on the man up, on the power play, just puts you in a mental pretzel. Like you said, Fields is behind the net, so they change their shape. You can even see, look, Graham Hossack worried about the guy in the middle, worried about the guy behind the net, not worrying about one of the best goal scorers, playmakers, best overall players in the game in Dane Smith, and a little quick stick, and it's in the back of the cage.
29th on the campaign for Dane Smith. And a 3-goal lead is restored. And Adler will win that draw, able to find the loose ball. And then he'll pivot and give it off to Priolo. Thought about it, thinks better of it, and now Buchanan. Priolo gonna stay in play. Buchanan drives underneath, pushed aside there by Tyson Belt. Skipped over to Fields, and he scores from a long ways away. And here comes Aaron Bold. 6-2. And Aaron Bold gonna go grab helmet, sticks, and gloves.
And we'll see here, the ball swings over to the far side. And again, that's what we were seeing yesterday from Warren Hill. And I know Fields, he's got a great shot, especially with the worm burner there with the skipper. But when you're looking to make a comeback, you need that big stop from your goaltender. It's just not been a great 24 hours for Warren Hill. And let's be honest, this season has been outstanding for number 67. A little blip on the radar, but Aaron Bolt maybe sparks something here for this team. We saw him start a game against Vancouver, and he was outstanding, especially in that second half.
Yeah, he made 38 saves on 50 shots in the only minutes that he's played all season. So it looks like Bold will be in between the pipes for the foreseeable future as Warren Hill's got the helmet off. See if that gives any change of pace. Inside feed, Dawson Deed, and he just put it wide. Loose ball, Spanger gonna chase onto it. He's got Brownell up ahead of him, but Spanger will hold onto it, run it across center. Now Brownell being pressured. They'll give it off to Dane Smith. Slow change here for the Bandits. Just getting into their 5-man set here with 13 on the shot clock. Byrne, near side Dane Smith, off a pick from Nanico. Gets underneath, Dane Smith dives, great save there by Aaron Bold, loose ball. Easily picked up there by the Thunderbirds. Hossack.
It's a great defensive stand for about 27 seconds, and then Nungo Thompson just put in a little bit of a blender there by Dane Smith. No backside help, but luckily Bold's there to make a big stop.
Peterson around the top, gives it off to Dawson Thied. Steps off a pick, steps inside, shoots, and he just put it wide on the near side post. McKay couldn't find that loose ball. Robinson does. Robinson takes the shot and he scores! Welcome back to the lineup. Brandon Robinson, a bouncer far side, and it's 6-3.
We talked about these big bodies on the left side. They like to crash, they like to bang, but the pride of Pickering, Ontario knows how to tuck them home too. Great loose ball. Beats Ian McKay. McKay has to go in with two hands on that. And we'll get one more look right here. This is just a goal scorer's finish. Just a little flick of the wrist, Teddy, into the back of the net.
Cheeky little bouncer to the far side. And it stops the Bandits' run. Big hit there in front of the boards as Adler gets sent flying. And again, things are starting to get chippy. This time Priolo mixing it up. And here come the Thunderbirds and Tyson Belt. Robinson right back out there. Peterson late, off a pick from Shanks. Into the corner, Sean Evans. He'll shoot, easy save there by Matt Vince. And he'll quickly push it up the floor. Nick Weiss is a man open backside burn, but will hold on to it. As he's got three defenders changing. Weiss will fake it, take it bench side. Kluche. Bird around a double pick. Picked up there by Colton Armstrong. Step back shot. And that one never made it on target. Loose ball, Fields. 5 on the shot clock. Buchanan with a backhander, and he just missed.
With this Buffalo offense, you have to play for a full 30 seconds until you hear that buzzer.
In transition, Evans couldn't find any freedom. Now Peterson, and he tried to go low to high, and Matt Vince got the right elbow on it.
That might be Vince's best stop of the night. Clark Peterson doesn't miss from that spot on the turf too often, Teddy.
As Dawson Theed had 4 goals in his Thunderbirds debut, as Patty mentioned. Played for this organization back in their Rochester days. Loose ball picked up there by Robinson, 10 on the shot clock. Robinson drives to the middle. Brandon Robinson, step back when he just missed the top corner. Theed, he'll shoot, save Matt Vince. Loose ball picked up by McKay. He's got Theed all over him. And he flips it up to O'Connor, but he's got Nungo Thompson all over him. And that'll be 8 seconds. Good defensive pressure there by Robinson and Thompson to cause the turnover.
You absolutely love to see it. A couple of youngsters using their athleticism and tenacity to get that turnover. That's something that could spark a little momentum here.
Jamison. Delayed penalty coming up here to Buffalo. Nice diving catch there by Shanks laying out. Evans. Shanks shot, save Matt Vince. And more bodies pushing and shoving. Dawson Theed looking feisty.
Yeah, Dawson Theed certainly will shake him, whether it's in the National League here or in his OHL career. He actually just finished up his hockey season with St. Mary's locally here in Halifax.
Buffalo minor penalty, illegal substitution.
Illegal substitution.
So we'll see, can this power play get going? We've seen a lot of different looks. I think with the 2 new lefties on the floor, I think we can assume we're gonna see them go strong righty for the foreseeable future with Clark Peterson up top here.
So Dalton Solver, the in-home, will serve the bench minor. Jameson down low to feed, a quick one shot on net. Matt Vince was wary to it, up ahead Priolo. Priolo gives it off to Dane Smith. Just try and kill some time. Use as much of the 30 as they can. Inside cut to Byrne, pass doesn't connect. Now Bold. Off to Terefenko.
Great hustle by Nungo Thompson to get off the floor quickly, and another penalty coming up. As Jake Withers was tossed to the turf heading to the bench.
I think it's going to be on Josh Byrne as he sent Withers to the floor. He was trying to change. Outside shot, another block shot, loose ball inside. Shanks doesn't shoot it, 8 on the 30. And then another pass knocked down by the stick of Brownell. I think he knocked down 3 there. Penalty coming up. It's going to be 5 on 3 when we come back. 6-3, the Bandits leading. It's the NLL on TSN.
Sports Interaction, Canada's odds maker.
Back inside Scotiabank Center here in Halifax, Nova Scotia. Buffalo leading at 6-3. Down on the bench, Tyson Geik with John Tavares.
John, you're down 2 men right now. Your penalty kill has been terrific. What is it about your man-down unit that's allowed you to be so successful?
Well, we're playing tight, and we got a great goalie in that. Unfortunately, we're giving them a lot of opportunities to try to get a power play goals between yesterday and today's game.
Thanks, Coach. Best luck.
Thanks.
Thanks, Tyson. And yeah, both coaches mentioned to us that they thought the game yesterday was called very close, and they'd like to see some of those non-compete penalties sort of not be called and just let the flow of the game happen. So 5-on-3 here for Halifax. Can they take advantage? Jamieson, twister, deflected. And that'll end up in Peterson's 6-10 on the shot clock. Shanks, shot, save Vince. Where is it? Stuck in the leg pad. Friolo. 41 remaining on the bench minor, served by Dalton Sulver. Friolo will go bench side Buchanan. Halifax just going to keep a man all the way in the offensive zone until Buffalo decides to check him. And they'll send Bryce Sweeting out to do that right now. Essentially a 4-on-2 here as Nanico gets roughed up. Penalty coming up here to the Thunderbirds. And the Bandits bench wanting maybe 2 coming. But it's just going to be 1. And it looks like it's going to be James Barclay who will head off.
This will just drive a defensive coordinator nuts. I actually don't even know which one they're going to call because
Halifax
both.
25, minor penalty, illegal cross
It is
check.
Barkley, but Bell got lucky with getting away. As you mentioned, the Buffalo bench wanted 2 there, and I think JT is still saying he thought he should have, and that is worst case scenario outside of potentially a shorthanded goal.
So now we'll play 4-on-3 for 13 seconds, and we'll have a minute or so of 4-on-4 lacrosse. Kluche, far side. Watched there by Brad Gillis. Withers. Strips Kluche, ball loose. 8 on the shot clock. Loose ball picked up there by Hossack. Quickly up ahead, Campbell. So 4-on-4 will play. Peterson far side. Gets a pick there from Shanks. Toe drag, tries to get underneath, but can't. As Sweeting was tightly watching him. Robinson and Jamieson. 8 on the shot clock. Jamieson gets around the top. Backside look, hit a stick. Peterson, Shanks, shot off the post. Good patience there by Austin Shanks. But Matt Vince, skinny red friend, made the save.
And if you're Shanks in this offense, you can't hit the panic button. You can't think you're going to tie this game up with 1 goal. Great patience there, takes the shot. Unfortunately, the pipe gets the better of him.
Power play here for Buffalo. Smith to Byrne, backhand flip, shot by Kluche goes wide. Loose ball picked up there by Buchanan, 5 on the shot clock. And Tarasenko battling. Oh, so that's Withers, and Withers grabs a full cage right in front of the official. And Kluche's wondering how that's not a penalty. 20 remaining on the penalty to Barclay, so Halifax should be able to kill it off and get us back to 5-on-5 lacrosse with 6.5 to go. 6-3 is your score. Jamieson, shot, kicked aside, loose ball, Dawson Theed, spinning. Oh, and a little underhand flip shot. Matt Vince had to be quick to make that save as Keogh comes sliding across and lowers the boom on Spanger, but it'll fall to Vince, and he's just gonna chuck it to avoid the 8 seconds. And so another good forecheck by Halifax, Pat, turned it over.
That's some beach-on-beach crime there as Spanger and Keogh both playing their Junior A lacrosse with Toronto. I tell you, he's got some edge to him here today.
Shot there by Keogh goes off the left leg, and we're gonna have a penalty here, and Thompson's gonna get another one. And the young man's just gonna have to control himself here because as Dane Smith comes right over and has words, as Thompson saying it was a bit of a dive.
And that's one thing that this coaching staff and Nungo Thompson talked about quite frequently is they love his edge, they love his sandpaper and his aggressiveness. But I think that's going to be a 5-minute there, Teddy.
Where you go? 5.
5-minute roughing on Nungo Thompson. Halifax captain Cody Jamieson doesn't like it. Is it a butt end?
Unfortunately, the look that we got there, we saw what was on the way down. I don't know if it was a cross check and he grabbed his mask and ripped it off, but very unfortunate for the Thunderbirds. The penalty kill that has been struggling against an offense that sometimes looks like they could score at will. So it'll be a tough task.
Up 3 in a 5-minute power play. Great opportunity here for the Bandits to extend, but Scott Campbell will knock that one down quickly up ahead. Oh, and just put it out of the reach of Brad Gillies. It's my first time here up at this broadcast booth and first time here in Halifax. What am I smelling that smells so good?
Yeah, I think that's some of the chicken fingers down in the luxury suites here.
Yeah, it's not fair. I did have chowder. I did have fish and chips.
Yes, you went with the Mike Kersey special.
Oh, there's an outside shot by Dane Smith. Gets through the 6-hole on Aaron Bowl. It's a power play marker. And it's now 7-3, largest lead of the game.
Dane Smith continues his MVP-like season. And we'll see the ball come right back here. Good defense there by Campbell to slide over on the kill. But Smith somehow getting that past Bolt. Sometimes you just got to tip your cap, an elite player doing elite things.
Dane Smith's second of the night puts him at 299 for his career. So we are on personal record watch for Dane Smith. And loose ball all alone on a break with Kyle Buchanan. Buchanan shoots when he put it wide. Great job by Aaron Bold to hold his ground. Here comes Tyson Bell. Bell will fake it, go bench side, Keogh. Inside. Nice feed, nice hands by Shanks, but couldn't get the shot up. Feed. Just gonna sit on it, find space, and give it off to Keogh. Through a screen, and that one again handled nicely by Matt Vince. Forward to Priolo. And Spanger gets across the timeline, and Josh Byrne will set things up here in the power play. 3:20 remaining on the major. Dane Smith has it near side. Nanakoke plays 1-2 behind the net, gives it back to Smith. Now top center, Chase Fraser. He'll shoot twister and kick aside by Aaron Bolt. One more and another nice save by Aaron Bolt to deny Josh Byrne. Fraser to Byrne. Smith trying to go 5-hole, another save by Aaron Bolt. 3 in a row for Boldy. In transition, Hossack. And that's just a bad decision by Hossack in transition. Here comes Buffalo the other way. I understand Halifax wanted to kind of get any sort of momentum, but that was probably an opportunity. Haas could have pulled that one out and killed some time.
Yeah, not the smartest decision from one of your most headsy players, but get back, try to get the ball again.
Fraser from the outside, low to low. And it is now 8-3. 5-goal run. That will kill the major, but Thompson's gonna have to serve it.
And Bold was playing so great, some big stops there, but that's a great shot from the outside. Wasn't screened there, just a perfectly placed ball by Fraser. One more look down low. That one's a skipper right by his foot. And the energy has just been absolutely sucked out of this building as the Bandits are starting to run away with this one.
Fraser came into the game with 16 goals on the season. He's been another sort of integral addition to this offense over the past couple of years by GM and defensive coach Steve Dietrich. And you kind of, ask around the National Lacrosse League, there is no team that really can compete with the Buffalo Bandits right now. They just do not have a weakness, and right now they are up 8-3 over the Halifax Thunderbirds. Can Halifax claw back? There's lots of lacrosse left. Come back and join us. We'll wait to see and find out.
Sports Interaction, Canada's odds maker.
Welcome back to Halifax. 8-3 is your score for the Buffalo Bandits. Don't forget, at the half, guaranteed halftime report. Pat and I will break things down. We'll give you highlights, scores, and more. We'll get an interview with Tyson Geik as well coming up in the guaranteed halftime report. That's 3 minutes away. And we're back to 5-a-side. Bandits scored twice on the major to Nungo Thompson, who still has to serve the remainder of that major. Shot there by Peterson, turned aside by Matt Vince. Jamison. Evans. Evans driving, can't get his hands free. Good defense there, inside feed. What a pass by Evans. Even better save by Matt Vince.
When things are going wrong, a play like that could spark so much energy. But Vince with an unbelievable save. How about this feed from Evans? One hand on the stick, Peterson on the doorstep. But the man many considered to be the greatest goaltender of all time makes a big stop.
Here's Josh Byrne for the Bandits. Inside feed, Kluche couldn't handle it. Ball behind the net, it'll be Thunderbirds ball. Quickly up ahead, Hosick, 2-on-1. Hosick, one more. Inside, fake the back in, and the shot just put over top. And then Hosick couldn't find that loose ball. Good push in transition there that time by Hosick as he found Shanks on the backside.
And I think that's something Graham Hosick has been missing from this season that he had in the last few years. It's that production in transition.
Fields jab step to the center of the floor, kicked aside by Bold. Terefenko on the run in transition. Buffalo is back. Numbers here for Halifax, 4-on-3. Deed had it, couldn't hold on to it, but will get it back and set up the offense with Stephen Keogh.
I thought Buffalo may have left pretty early because Ryan Terefenko's got some wheels and somehow he was caught there.
Shot by Evans goes wide, 5 on the 30. Deed couldn't handle it. And Buffalo's gonna let the shot clock expire. 80 seconds remaining in the opening half. Buffalo jumped out to a 4-1 lead. Halifax made it 4-2. The Bandits, on the strength of 2 power play goals, have gone on another 4-1 run. Fields to Byrne. Off a Kluche pick, tries to get underneath, still looking. Inside feed on the backhand. Danico, dunk shot turned aside by Aaron Bold. Nice loose ball there by Tyson Bell. Brad Gillies, he'll shoot, try to go short side corner and missed. Maybe looking for a bit of a 2-for-1. There was Dalton Sullivan. Bench telling him to push and take that shot. But he's going to slow things down. Byrne thought about it. Everyone always trying to play for that last possession. And if Buffalo can get a shot in a reset, they might have it. Fraser with a shot goes wide. Took a deflection off the Halifax Thunderbirds defensive stick. And it'll be picked up here by Halifax, who will call a timeout and see what they can draw up here, 6-on-5. They maybe cut the deficit in half to 8-4 before we get to the break.
I mean, this thing's far from over. There's a lot of lacrosse left in this one, and Stu Montour is going to try to chalk something up here with the offense. But if you can get a goal here, Teddy, and cut that lead in half, that would be so big for the momentum and for the morale. you can go into that locker room with a positive.
Yeah. Any momentum you can have, any energy you can bring into the building, into your team, into your locker room, heading into that break is always beneficial. I got to say, Stu Montour might have one of the best nicknames of a coach across the National Lacrosse League. Stu-mungus.
Yeah,
outstanding.
He has done a great job with this offense, and I know it's kind of gone stale over the last couple of weeks, but that's what happens when there's bodies coming in and out. And you know, I think that this is a group that knows that they're going through a rough patch right now. They just have to kind of weather the storm. The schedule does get significantly easier, I should say, than what they have had over the stretch here. So I don't think there's any sort of panic, but if you're Micah Kersey and general manager and owner Kurt Stiers, you want to start seeing some production really soon, especially from the offensive end.
Thunderbirds will play Rochester here next Friday. 10 seconds in the half. Here come the Thunderbirds. Jamieson skips it. Peterson shoots and he scores. That's a big goal for Halifax. Just as you said, Patty, any sort of momentum can lead to good things when the second half starts.
Finally seeing some smiles on the face of the T-Birds here. Jamison's going to bring this one down, and you see Priolo with the slide, but the big play there is Stephen Keogh. Watch this pick. It frees up just enough space, as we don't get it on screen there, but he picks Ian McKay, and it frees up enough space for that backdoor cut for Peterson. And again, it feels like Peterson has been snaked, but he could have 3 or 4 already tonight. Finally beats Matt Vince and cuts this lead in half before heading to the locker room.
3.9 left, still enough time for a goal here. Jake Withers will take the draw against Max Adler. Withers became the fastest player in NLL history to 1,000 face-off wins. As Brownell won that draw, but time will run out. A late goal by Peterson cuts the deficit to 4, but the Bandits are leading, trying to take both games of this home and home.
Again, not the start to this half that Micah Kersey was looking for, but I think there's a lot of positives that you can build on at certain points, but nonetheless a tall task. Down by 4 heading into the half.
Let's set it down on the floor where Tyson Geik has Halifax's Brad Gillies.
Brad Clark Peterson. What does that do for the team heading into the locker room?
It definitely gives us some confidence. We need to get the momentum going in our favor, and a nice drawn up play like that gets it going.
You got your 3rd goal of the season tonight. When the team is struggling in terms of the offense, how important is it for that transition to kind of step up and do what you did?
It's big. We need a couple of those. We always kind of see those as free goals, and I expect myself to be able to produce a couple of those chances a game, so I was happy to cash in.
When a team goes on a run like the Bandits have, how tough is it to kind of, fight off that frustration and stick with the game plan?
I mean, we're a veteran group, so we expect ourselves to be able to shed that off and trust in our principles, trust how good we are defensively, and we just got to start stringing some together and we'll be fine.
Thanks, Brad.
Not a problem. Thanks.
Brad Gillies, we got an 8-4 lacrosse game right here. Now you got to think back to that game that the Halifax Thunderbirds played against the Saskatchewan Rush just about 2 years ago. They seemed to be down and out, came back, they got the crowd into it, and they got that massive comeback. I think that is what this team is going to be focused on. They need to get the arena back in the game here. We'll see what they have in the second half. You're watching the NLL on TSN. Stay tuned. Much more coming up.
What is belief? Nathan McKinnon? At 14, he wasn't wishing he'd make it to the NHL. He believed that he would. So while other kids were playing video games, he was putting in the work to make his dream come true. Guaranteed Rate believes in your dreams. That's why we treat everyone like we treat our own family and work extra hard to get you the lowest low rate possible. Because if you believe, you will.
Introducing Fanatics.ca, Canada's largest collection of officially licensed fan gear. From all the leagues and teams you love. Shop now and get today's special offer. Fanatics.ca, officially licensed everything.
You like checks. Hey, we like checks. You like new moves. We like new moves. You like to score. We like to assist. Alterna Savings, the good in banking.
Back to Halifax, Nova Scotia. It is 8-4. Halifax trailing the Buffalo Bandits. Pat Gregoire and Teddy Jenner here as we break things down on the Guaranteed Rate halftime report. And not a great start, but a good finish. They get themselves a goal, get themselves some momentum, and a chance to kind of regroup.
Yeah, obviously not the start they were looking for. There's been little sprouts here and there with some energy in transition. We saw a big goal there with the extra attacker. They just need to build off those big building blocks. And you heard Brad Gillies, he said there's no panic in this team. But with that being said, there's got to be a little bit of urgency to start this second half.
This is the second game of a home-and-home between these two Eastern foes. Let's take a look at the Eastern standings as we kind of work towards the playoffs. And look at Buffalo on a 5-game winning streak, head and shoulders above everybody else in the conference, but it's starting to get clogged in the middle of that pack.
Well, you see Halifax there obviously losing 3 in a row. Now it allows Toronto and Georgia to start climbing up. Everyone thought Philly was dead in the water. They pick up a big win yesterday. So right now you got to think the teams like Georgia, Philly, and Albany are thinking you want to get into that 4th spot, but at worst, maybe you get the crossover game.
There is the Western standing. San Diego losing to Vancouver this weekend, so that tightens things up. But as you kind of mentioned, there is that crossover spot for everyone to be wary of. If Panther City, who's currently in 4th, doesn't have a better record than the 5th place Eastern team, then the Eastern team will play the top seed in the West. So still lots to play for, but don't sleep on the Panther City Lacrosse Club, one of the hottest teams in the National Lacrosse League, 5 in a row for the expansion club.
It's got to be the best story in the National Lacrosse League right now, doesn't it, Teddy? They are on fire, 5 wins in a row, and they're a team that every time you think maybe the slipper is going to fall off, the March Madness run continues. We'll see if they can continue it into April.
So this past week on Coast to Coast, we kind of broke down our picks, and instead of throwing to ourselves, we're just going to talk about it right here and right now. So I thought the San Diego Seals were probably maybe one of the best teams positioned to make a run. The way Frank Giuliano's playing, the offense with Westberg and Jeremy Noble, you know, even when he's healthy, Austin Stotts continues to be outstanding. And their defense, not a lot of fanfare, but Brody Merrill, Cam Holding, these guys can get it done. They've been the best team in the West all season long. They've had a couple of blips, but they're still poised to be one of the top teams.
Certainly, and then when you look at the East, you got to think of the team that's winning right now, the Buffalo Bandits, but don't count out the T-Birds.
We'll come back. It'll be second half action. The Halifax Thunderbirds and the Buffalo Bandits from Halifax, Nova Scotia.
What is belief? Nathan McKinnon? At 14, he wasn't wishing he'd make it to the NHL. He believed that he would. So while other kids were playing video games, he was putting in the work to make his dream come true. Guaranteed Rate believes in your dreams. That's why we treat everyone like we treat our own family and work extra hard to get you the lowest low rate possible. Because if you believe, you will.
Introducing Fanatics.ca, Canada's largest collection of officially licensed fan gear. From all the leagues and teams you love. Shop now and get today's special offer. Fanatics.ca, officially licensed everything.
You like checks. Hey, we like checks. You like new moves. We like new moves. You like to score? We like to assist. Alterna Savings, the good in banking.
Sports Interaction, Canada's odds maker.
Back here at halftime, 8-4 Buffalo leading. Let's take a look at your halftime highlights as the Buffalo Bandits jumped out to a quick 4-1 lead and have been rolling ever since.
Yeah, it's been a complete domination for many stretches, and it all started with that big transition goal. And that's the thing with the Buffalo Bandits. They can score in many different ways. We see this transition goal from Nick Weiss, 12 seconds into the game, and things just continue to roll. Delka Nanakok scoring a beautiful goal, and this is the big theme with this team. It's not just 5-on-5, a shorthanded goal from Chase Fraser. We saw them score on the power play, a beautiful little feed. That was that little miscommunication between Armstrong and Withers, but the swagger of this team bleeds in to their goaltender, because when Matt Vince is seeing the ball well and making those big stops, Teddy, this team is so tough to stop.
Halifax continued to press for goals, but they just couldn't find one. Even late, they were trying to get one. They did get one late with the extra man, but this offense from Buffalo just continues to pour it on every time they're on the floor.
And a very rare pull. Aaron Bold comes in, a couple here and there that he probably wants back. Not that one there as an absolute cannon on
Dennis,
the power play.
Right camera.
And that's just the thing that Halifax needs to clean up. Got to stay out of the box. You can't keep giving this offense so many chances to score.
It's a 4-goal lead for Buffalo. When we come back, we'll have third quarter action from Halifax, Nova Scotia.
What is belief? Nathan McKinnon? At 14, he wasn't wishing he'd make it to the NHL. He believed that he would. So while other kids were playing video games, he was putting in the work to make his dream come true. Guaranteed Rate believes in your dreams. That's why we treat everyone like we treat our own family and work extra hard to get you the lowest low rate possible. Because if you believe, you will.
Introducing Fanatics.ca, Canada's largest collection of officially licensed fan gear. From all the leagues and teams you love. Shop now and get today's special offer. Fanatics.ca, officially licensed everything.
You like checks. Hey, we like checks. You like new moves. We like new moves. You like to score? We like to assist. Alterna Savings, the good in banking.
Sports Interaction, Canada's odds maker.
Alterna Savings. Alterna offers easy, more personal financial services and puts the good in banking. Visit alterna.ca to learn more. By Fanatics.ca, the NLL's home for officially licensed everything. Visit Fanatics.ca today. And by Guaranteed Rate. If you believe it, you can do it. Guaranteed Rate. Believe you will.
Getting set for second half action. Tyson Geik on the turf with Dane Smith.
Dane, Buffalo Bandits absolutely rolling right now. Is it safe to say you haven't played on a team with this much confidence?
Yeah, we're a really good team, but so are they. It's been a battle these past two games. I think they're going to come at us hard, so we got to finish in the second half.
Thanks, Dane. Best of luck in the second half.
Thank you.
Thanks, Tyson. Dane Smith, one away from 300 in his career. Probably imagine he gets it tonight.
I would have to say so, the way he's shooting the pill right now. But I know you could say that's a cliche answer, but I do truly believe that John Tavares, that was the message in the group, saying we cannot take the foot off the gas. This is a team that has shown in the past that they can come back.
Withers and Adler at the dot as the second half is underway. Withers wins it to himself, fights through traffic, and will give it off to Clark Peterson. Let's see if Halifax can build off that goal to end the second quarter. Here's Sean Evans. 5 assists away from 460. Sorry, 5 goals away from 460. Jamison, big pick there from Robinson, sends his man flying, but late in the 30 won't cause any damage.
Nice little flip pass from Cody Jamison. Not too sure if it was too far for Robinson to grab that or if Robinson wasn't expecting it. I know he's coming into this lineup after a long layover, but...
Byrne turns the corner and he scores. It has just been that kind of night for the Buffalo Bandits offense. They have found every lane, and Byrne takes that one right down the pipe and beats Bold.
Good teams hurt you when you make mistakes. Byrne just picks up the ball, quick little whistle, Big hard pick there from Kluche, creating enough space. Josh Burton doesn't need enough of it, or too much of it, as he makes them pay 9-4 Buffalo.
And this is just a continuation from the game yesterday as Buffalo went on a 10-3 run in the second half, essentially a 19-7 run in the last 4+ quarters.
That's a great point. Halifax was leading 8-6 at the end of the first half yesterday, and it's just the confidence we saw in that first half, nowhere to be found.
There's Jameson. Watched by O'Connor. Gives it off to Keogh. He shoots. Oh, he put it off the post. Delayed penalty coming up to O'Connor's. He ripped the stick right out of Dawson Deed's hand, but Keogh comes close, but he rings it off the iron.
That's also been the storyline here. We'll get a look at the penalty. Theed throws that hard pick, and off screen, Keogh, that goes pipe and pipe. But you'll see right there as Theed was picking up his laundry and post. Just one of those days for the Thunderbirds. You talked about how everything is sinking and falling and working well for the Bandits. You could say on the flip side, just not getting the bounces for Halifax.
There's quite a few Buffalo Bandit fans here inside the nest. So Annaland traveling well all the way to the far east coast. Now on the power play, here comes the Thunderbirds. Dawson Theed, that one goes off the stick of Sweeting and out of play, reset to 30. We talked about earlier, look how tightly compact the Buffalo four-man box is. There's an outside shot by Theed, bounce it past Matt Vince. First power play goal in 2 games. And Halifax gets the one right back.
I mentioned it, you're not gonna score with a grand slam. You got to chip away goal by goal, and this is where they have to take advantage. Man advantage has to be in the back of the net, and it's nothing crazy here. They're not reinventing the wheel. Just a little bit of catch. Dawson Theed, being a lacrosse player, and rip that one right by Matt Vince. And all you need is one. You can't start a run until you get one, and maybe 51 just gave them the one they're looking for.
Talking about guys in out of the lineup, and I can't think, and maybe you'd know better than me, I can't think of 2 games in a row where Halifax has had the same lineup offensively.
I don't think
you can go back to the very first game. Cody James was supposed to play, Reese Dutch came in and had an incredible game, but then the next game Reese Dutch gets hurt. And it's just been that kind of revolving door for this offense, and it shows when you look at their power play numbers. In the shortened pandemic season, they had one of the best power plays in the entire National Lacrosse League.
And it was the consistency of that lineup. And then, of course, Ryan Benesh not here. He got picked up in the expansion draft, so big loss there. But I think the big thing is consistency.
Oh, Dane Smith, a cheeky bouncer from the Clutch logo. Goes over the left shoulder of Bold, and anytime Halifax gets some sort of momentum, the Buffalo Bandits shut it right down, and that is number 300 in the career of Dane Smith, who is trying to track down his single season points record. And he has got almost, he's closing in on 100 points already this season.
A disgusting bouncer there, as we just saw that last look right over the shoulder of Bold. I would say maybe the Great Dane, his new nickname might be Mr. 300, but he's gonna have a lot more goals than that. Maybe even here tonight.
5-goal lead now for the Buffalo Bandits.
You mentioned though, Teddy, every time you think Halifax has some sort of building block of momentum, the Buffalo Bandits just rip it away with a big goal.
There's an outside shot. Right into the belly pad of Matt Vince. Quickly up ahead, Ian McKay. McKay stops on a dime, but a nice trail check there by Graham Hawson. McKay might be one of the most underrated two-way guys in the National Lacrosse League. Doesn't get a lot of credit for what he does on the back end or in transition. Here's Evans. He'll shoot it, he scores! Evans puts it short side on Matt Vince. His first of the night. 466 in his career. And it's back to a 4-goal game.
And again, another secondary assist Actually, sorry, that's a primary assist for Brandon Robinson, as he's really acclimating himself in this offensive lineup. A great feed, but it's Sean Evans, the veteran, maybe starting to gel with this offense a little more. We know how dynamic of a playmaker is, but he reminds us he can put the ball in the net with a shot like that too, Teddy.
Withers wins it cleanly to himself, gives it off to Keogh. Won't take the shot from the outside, still driving inside. Oh, and that one went off Vince's shoulder and out of play. Nice reset shot there by Stephen Keogh. Withers will head off, and the late man will be Robinson. Skips it down to Jamison. Jamison thought about it, creates some more space for himself off the Keogh pick. And then Clark Peterson couldn't find the pass. And it'll be grabbed there by Keogh with 14 on the shot clock. Keogh. Oh, he put it off the bar, Keogh. Starting to feel it here. And he'll go for a change. Nice grab over there in section 21. Evans. Shanks all the way around the top. Shanks keeps going, stops, gives it off to Robinson. Swings the ball near side. Evans, a low burner, missed. Loose ball. And Shanks is going to get one here. An offensive zone penalty. Not going to make Micah Kersey happy. And the Bandits are headed back to the power play.
Halifax 33, minor penalty, roughing.
You could tell Shanks there not pleased with himself. We'll see the rough, or hopefully see it.
Yep.
Obviously that one's off screen there, so we didn't exactly see what happened, but obviously too much for the officials, so this deadly power play gonna get to work again.
Fields skips it down low. Kluche to Byrne. Different look now with Fields setting things up. He gives it off to Dane Smith, back to Connor Fields. Fakes it, gets to Smith. He'll shoot and he scores. Give him 3-0-1. And the Buffalo Bandits are starting to lay it on here to the Halifax Thunderbirds. That's 11-6.
Anytime a momentum is built by Halifax, the balloon of energy is popped. This time it's Dane Smith. Not only racking up the milestones here tonight, but maybe putting an exclamation mark on him being the MVP so far this season. Joe Rezaterets, a quiet night last night. Ryan Lee starting to cool off, and who else but Great Dane continuing from start to finish. A dominant season so far.
It's just, you know, that's we talked about, that's sort of the story of this Buffalo Bandits season. They haven't really shown any weakness, and they just keep all cylinders moving forward. Everybody is moving forward in a positive direction, and they have a 5-goal lead here, 11-6. Fraser to Byrne, near side Connor Fields. Nice defense there by Terafenko to keep Fields to the outside. Byrne, no look shot, doesn't get on target. Loose ball picked up by Buchanan with 8 left on the 30. Tried to skip it far side to Fields. Now will be grabbed by Bold off the sideboard. Now up ahead, Terafenko.
Great two-man game between Terafenko and Barkley. Both of them with some chemistry in the outdoor league, playing on the same team last summer.
Evans shot, missed short side, loose ball. That one will be over and back. And Nick Weiss going to try to run onto this one. He'll just create some space for himself. Leave it there for Dane Smith. Here's Chris Kluche, match 1-on-1 with Colton Armstrong around the top, finds Nanakope. Thought about flipping it and then took the shot. Nice defensive collapse. Here comes Thompson. Thompson wisely will hold on to it. Give it off to Austin Shanks. Colton Armstrong going to stay and play a shift to O. Evans, laid off the bench. 8 on the shot clock, inside feed, through a screen off the post. Make it 5 saves for the pipe side. Up ahead, McKay, and it's just out of his reach. Quickly up ahead, Shanks. Numbers here for Halifax if they want it. Late man. Peterson, shot, save, and it goes in, they'll count it. As slowly trickling as it possibly could. The Bandit defender couldn't get back in time. That will stop the Bandits' run and add another tally for the Halifax Thunderbirds.
And you mentioned it, it looked like they were slowing things down, but it's Clark Peterson sprinting off the bench, and that kind of throws the Bandits' defense off completely. But we'll see this shot. It goes through Vince, squeaks through, and just crosses the line as Sweeting and Brownell both try to scoop it out of the net. 11-7, the Bandits lead.
Halifax, one thing we know about this Thunderbirds team is they will not go quietly. It's a 4-goal game, still 9 minutes, 15 seconds remaining here in the third quarter. Adler initially won it, but it pops in the stick of Terefenko. Withers and Adler, they get caught up. They had a bit of a heated rivalry yesterday in their game, as often draw guys will do, seeing so much of each other. Here's Dawson Dean, knocked down by the stick of a Bandit defender. Loose ball picked up by Keogh, skips it to Evans, 8 on the shot clock. Evans off the screen. Jamison, got to put a shot on net. Jamison, and that one shot will not go on target, and we'll head to break. A slow trickler has gotten the Halifax Thunderbirds to within 4, but Buffalo still has control. It's the NLL on TSN from Halifax, Nova Scotia.
Sports Interaction, Canada's oddsmaker. $11-7 is your score here from Halifax. Buffalo leading the Thunderbirds. And don't forget, you can look your best anytime you leave the house. Get game day ready and shop all your favorite teams' jerseys and merchandise. Head over to fanatics.ca to get all of your National Lacrosse League team gear today. So the Bandits start with possession here out of the timeout. Dane Smith. Thanks for our man Dave Buchanan, Buffalo sideline reporter, who let us know that Dane had 111 points through 13 games back in 2016 when he set the record.
Ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. We saw Dan Dawson set a record for most games played, beating the bench boss, John Tavares. He's very close to the assists total, but I think when Dane Smith has done his career, he might be breaking some of his coach's records.
There's an outside shot, turned aside, loose ball. Picked up by Sweeting, got a man up ahead of him. Finds Brownell, he's got Spanger 2-on-1. Spanger and Brownell, Spanger scores on the wrong side of the floor. Caught Aaron Bold, a little heavy-heeled. He puts it 5-hole. And for Spanger, that's just his 4th of the season.
Yeah, and Spanger like you said, from the wrong side of the floor. Barkley does a great job. This is what your coach, give up the lesser of the evil. The guy's on his wrong side. You'd like your goaltender, Aaron Bull, to make that stop. But Spanger, you talk about some underrated defenders in this league. Boy, number 25 for the Banditos, certainly on that list for me.
Withers wins another draw. They'll leave it there for Stephen Keogh. Keogh matched up by Robinson. Keogh again off the pipe.
This is getting ridiculous, Teddy.
He needs 4 goals for 200. He's hit 4 posts tonight. Need again. Trying to entice anybody to drop the mitts with him. Byrne near side boards. 5-goal lead here for the Bandits, 12-7. Buchanan couldn't catch the feed on the inside. This ball picked up by Fraser. Dunk shot, he tried to put it near pipe. Did it go in?
It did.
Oh my goodness, Chase Fraser. You could see it as soon as he picked up that loose ball in the corner. He had one thing in mind. I'm gonna dunk this.
And he slams it down with authority. Loose ball right there. Little face dodge, jumps up. Slams that home, and it goes in. I think it goes in originally before they even called it a good goal. We'll get a great look here, Teddy, as we'll see at the top of the screen. Up, in. That's a clean goal. It just took a while for the officials to call it.
And usually guys, when they're dunking, they put it like top corner over the shoulders. That was like by Bolt's knee. Yeah. It was a good adjustment by Fraser, noticing that Bolt had kind of taken away the top of the net. And this is now the largest lead of the game. It's 6. Spanger again. That one goes wide.
Well, we know he can shoot from his wrong side. He scored there last time. This time, tried that little bouncer, almost getting that far side piping in, but a little too far for him.
Here's Sean Evans. Shot saved there by Matt Vince. Evans again, shot saved by Matt Vince, not a recording. Gotta give Sean Evans a shout out as he now has 1,400 assists in his career. Sorry, 1,400 loose balls in his career. Just the 12th player all time to reach that mark. Here comes Gillis, scores! Brad Gillies on the run. Goes far side shoulder over Matt Vince. Cuts deficit by 1. Halifax still not settling and going away.
Micah Kersey wanted some scoring in transition, so one of his veteran defenders, Brad Gillies, gets it done. Great pick there by Barkley. We'll see him. He throws it right on Robinson, and as soon as that pick is about to come, he lets it fly right over the shoulder of Matt Vince. That's a 2 spot for number 6.
Doubled his goal total. Came in with 2, he's got 2. Scott Campbell.
And talking in the offseason with Micah Kersey, he said loves what he saw from Brad Gillies last year, but he said he wanted to get him back to being a scoring threat in transition.
Robinson, oh, and a left arm save by Matt Vince as Robinson came steaming off the bench. Up ahead, Smith missed it. Oh, and then if somehow, he almost found that loose ball. Quickly up ahead, Evans. Slow change here for the Thunderbirds. Evans backing his man in. Thought about shooting over the screen. Flip it behind his back to Stephen Keogh. Let's go to Jamison. Side Evans. Gets a pick. Evans shot. Save Matt Vince. Parried it right into the stick of Ian McKay.
I don't even know if that was on purpose, but the chemistry that McKay and Vino have developed over the last couple of years, it is insane.
Nice active stick there by Colton Armstrong to knock it down, but it's picked up by Kluche with 10 on 30. Kluche finds the center of the floor, and that's a nice save by Aaron Bolt. And he'll hold it for the whistle in a TV timeout. It's 13-8. The Buffalo Bandits continue to roll, but Brad Gillies and the Thunderbirds aren't going quietly.
Sports Interaction, Canada's odds maker.
Third quarter action here in Halifax. Bandits leading the Thunderbirds 13-8. If you want to see all the best highlights, features, and content from around the National Lacrosse League, make sure to follow the NLL on Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, and Facebook. Go back and watch all the games, highlights, clips, interviews, and a whole lot more. We're on the website NLL.com or on Twitter, YouTube, and Facebook. 4.5 to go here in the third quarter. Jamison brings it across center for the Thunderbirds. Peterson to Keogh. Robinson. Jamison. It's a big pick from Thede. Thede was open on the roll, didn't get the pass. Peterson driving the corner, put it wide. Nice set play there out of the timeout by Halifax. Try to get Peterson open. 5 in the shot clock. Thede with a skip and bounce shot. And Matt Vince gobbles it up. We'll leave it there for the captain, Steve Priolo. Priolo to Fields.
This is where your
Halifax slow it up.
This is where your Halifax, your defense, and Aaron Bold, you need a stop here. You're starting to build some momentum offensively.
Pass to Fraser goes off the stick, and Buchanan can't find it off the glass. And it'll be picked up there by Withers. In transition, Withers shot. And Matt Vince gets down on the knees to make that save. The Thunderbirds transition player. Byrne gets it across the timeline to Kluche. Smith. Anacoke. He'll carry down the far side boards. Give it off to Dane Smith. Get it right back with 10 on the 30. Picked there by Fraser. Nanacoke. Nanacoke took a bump from Hossack, but kept his bounce and got the shot off. But a nice save there by Aaron Bull. Man, Nanacoke is so good on his feet, sturdy with a low center of gravity.
Need a back truck to knock him off his feet. He's so strong, but he's got those nifty mitts on him. He's so tough to defend.
Jamison from the outside, picked up there by Solver. Near side Shanks, 7 on the shot clock. Skip behind the net for Evans. He'll try a dunk and put it wide. They're going to give him a reset, and I don't think Shanks realized it and just let it go, thinking the shot clock was going to expire.
No, and you could see Evans was letting Shanks know, but at that point, it's a little too late. And maybe this is my coach talk popping in, but you play into the whistle.
Diving feed, and Fraser goes through the crease, bumped into Bull. Withers gives a shot to Fields. Bell gave a shot to Fraser.
And that's the restraint there that you want to see from Bell. You want to let Fraser know you're not going to hit our goalie, but you also don't want to take a penalty there. That's something that Billy D. Smith will be pleased to see from his defender there.
Because Billy wouldn't have done that? Here's Keogh. One more, scores! What a feed from Keogh, the extra. And Peterson's got another, it's 13-9.
Peterson's stick is starting to heat up. But how about the game from Stephen Keogh? I know he's not racking up the numbers here this afternoon. A great feed over to Peterson. And we won't see it on screen, but the rare turf swipe on an assist from Keogh. That's how fired up he is. But he's been crashing and banging, grabbing loose balls, doing all the dirty things. And maybe a play like that is going to surge this offense for their first run of the game.
They trail by 4 with under 2 minutes to go here in the third quarter. Loose ball picked up by Withers. He'll flip to Campbell. And anytime you got Jake Withers taking a draw, you have a real good chance. Technically a 76% chance you're going to get the draws. They get one off the face-off and Shanks. It's a 2-goal run, their first 2-goal run of the game, and they're down 3.
And if the Thunderbirds are going to want to get on a run, they're going to want Austin Shanks' stick to heat up. We know, Teddy, this is a volume shooter. This is a guy when he's on, and that is his calling card right there. Far side bouncer, cheddar. How are ya, Austin Shanks? And that one beats Matt Vince. How many times has Matt Vince seen that shot in practice when those two used to be teammates?
One thing we didn't touch on, we gave scratches, but we didn't talk about the fact there's no Eric Fennell tonight. And that's been a big miss for this Halifax Thunderbirds, because Fennell has been one of their most consistent players all year. He was moved to the IR today. He's not in the lineup, but that's a body they're missing.
No doubt, and his production has been great. It's kind of jolted a little bit of consistency, as you mentioned, but he does all the little things as well. He's a heart and soul guy on the defense, or the offense.
Another loose ball win of possession here for the Thunderbirds. Can they get it to within 2? Peterson around the top. Into the corner, Cody Jamieson. Jamieson drives on Priolo. Bumped off there by Brownell. Inside flip, doesn't connect. Loose ball picked up by Robinson. And he'll go for a run. Stephen Keogh with his second assist of the night is now 2 shy of 200 in his career. Here's Kluche. Kluche around the top. Oh, and he had Field sliding in the middle. Byrne. Shot, oh, low to high, and that one buzzed the tower on Bolt. Posick on the run. Posick. And then he loses possession, just trying to do too much, is Sweeting all over the defender in transition.
You never say too many mistakes are being made when the ball's in Graham Hossick's stick, but just not a game that we're used to seeing out of Hossick. You mentioned it, you nailed it. Just trying a little too much here today.
Here's Fields with 10 on the shot clock. Fields couldn't turn the corner. Good defense by Colton Armstrong. Outside shot by Buchanan. Never made it on target. And that will do it for the third quarter. Go get yourself a cold drink, some chips, and come back. It's a 3-goal game. Buffalo leading it. Try to take both games over the weekend.
Sports Interaction, Canada's oddsmaker.
15 minutes in regulation remaining. Buffalo leading Halifax 13-10. Thunderbirds fans, join us at the next for Pride Night this Friday, April 1st, as your Halifax Thunderbirds take face-off against conference rivals Rochester Nighthawks. You do not want to miss the last home game of the regular season. Tickets available at ticketatlantic.com. And that's a key point. There's only one home game left for this Halifax Thunderbird squad, Patty. They're going to be on the road for pretty much the final 5 weeks of the season. That could be a good thing. That could be a bad thing. When you talk to Mike Curzi, or when we talked to Mike Curzi this week on the show, he said, you know what? It gets us away from all distractions of family, of friends, of tickets. We get to go be a unit, be on the road together, and let's see what we can do as a team.
Yeah, I think it's going to be obviously difficult being away, being on the road, but with that being said, you get the chemistry going, and as you mentioned on the podcast, it battle tests you, it hardens you. You know, you start to build that adversity going through. And speaking of adversity, down 3 goals, they've really started to chip away. This thing could have got ugly really quick if they decided to pack it in. Instead, they're slowly chipping away. Now it's just they need to continue the momentum and get those timely stops on defense when they arise.
Withers and Adler at the draw. Loose ball going to be picked up there by Campbell. They got numbers on the run. Campbell, oh, a nice stick there by Ian McKay to knock that pass down. And Campbell in there trying to find his own loose ball. Bodies are battling. A couple low, greasy cross checks to the back. And Buffalo just doing a nice job keeping this ball loose. 5 on the shot clock. Got to get a shot off. And Bell will fire it wide. Good job there by Buffalo, Patty, just mucking it.
Smart.
Dirty.
Smart, absolutely smart.
Here comes Chase Fraser. Around the pick from Buchanan, skips it over to Josh Byrne. Back to Fraser near side. He'll take a shot, and that hit the leg of Thompson. Good soak by the young gun of the Halifax defense. Terefenko. Feed. Driving. Shooting. Oh, he tried to bring it back short side, and Matt Vince made the save. Up ahead, Brownell crossing center. He'll give it to Dane Smith and go for a change. Smith looks for Nanakoke inside, and that pass just missed. Byrne gets a loose ball, 10 on the shot clock. Watch there by Withers. Byrne, step back shot, just put it wide on the near side. It's going to go over and back. And Smith will just leave it there. Trevor Smith hadn't called his name too often today, but often as a defender, that's a good thing.
And that's exactly the type of defender he is. Does all the little things that goes unnoticed, but he's an unsung hero.
Feed driving, backhander, oh, and it sneaks through Matt Vince. Greasy and cheesy all at the same time, but Dawson Feed will take it. His 5th in 2 games, and it's a 2-goal game.
Safe to say, Dawson Feed is feeling pretty comfortable here in purple and orange. As the former Whitby Warrior shows why. Kurt Stiers picked up the phone and said, I gotta get this guy back onto my squad. He's big, he's mean, he's strong, and he's not afraid to go behind the back with a defender draped all over him.
That is a big goal. It's the closest Halifax has been in over a quarter. As Buffalo went on that run. Now, there's a shot by Robinson. That's a big save by Matt Vince. Going the other way, Dane Smith.
Robinson Feed, I don't know, we got to start calling the Twin Towers. I don't know what it is, but these two guys just, 1 and 2 games in this lineup respectively, but they're fitting in so nicely.
Buchanan drives, gives it off to Connor Fields. He'll flip it to Byrne. One more, and Buchanan shot the one-timer, put it wide. Rebound to Fields, and then Fraser tried to go behind the back on his own.
Penalty coming up. Todd LeBranch has his arm up.
And it looks like that might be a penalty either to Buchanan or Fraser, but a chance 6-on-5 here for Halifax. Jamieson skips it down to Evans. One more. Oh, then a great stick by Steve Priolo. Just picked it right out of midair. And it is going to be a penalty to Chase Fraser as he makes the long walk to the penalty box.
And that's more Graham Hossick that we are used to seeing, a big slide, but Trevor Smith picks up the loose ball, and it's Chase Fraser's stick that gets tied up in his leg. So a power play that has struggled immensely this season will get a chance here as they're trying something a little different here, Teddy, with Cody Jamieson maybe crashing and banging in the middle.
You're going to go strong lefty as well behind the net. Robinson, Theed, and Jamieson. Jamieson, double clutch. Oh, and a nice left elbow save again by Matt Vince. Theed will set it up. Jamieson again in the middle of the defense. Theed drags, skips to Peterson, now Shanks, back to Theed. He'll shoot. Oh, and Matt Vince got down and made a right leg save. Priolo in center.
You hear the collective gasp in the building as they thought maybe that could have squeaked in. It's a new franchise, relatively, in the National Lacrosse League, in the game of lacrosse, but this fan base certainly has learned that Matt Vince is a tough goalie to beat.
Luce driving, diving, and he'll get called for in the crease. Halifax quick the other way with Tyson Belt. $11 minutes to go, 1 minute to go on the power play. Jamieson top center. There's the twister, just put it wide. And then Theed trying to find that loose ball. He's watched there by Sweeting, comes up with it. Late in the 30, diving, oh, he just put it wide. Great attempt there by Dawson Theed. Now Ian McKay on the run. And an excellent job there by Clark Peterson to stop that transition.
We talk about how good he is with the ball, great vision, but one of the most underrated things about Clark Peterson is his ability to forecheck and backcheck. We just saw it on display right there.
As they say, forecheck, backcheck, paycheck. 20 on the minor to Fraser. Byrne gonna drive hard on the outside. He'll take a bounce shot and put it wide. And maybe one last opportunity here with the man advantage. Tarafenko across center. Jamieson. There's a shot, save. Loose ball, Keogh, double clutch. Oh, he just put it wide, and McKay will have it. Got a man all the way at center. It's Fraser.
It's the one dangerous thing when you take a shot near the end of the penalty, especially when it's a guy like Fraser. He can kill you coming out of the box.
Good job by Keogh to find that loose ball. Here's Dane Smith. Inside feed, and Fraser just missed the return pass. Now Bell up ahead, Campbell. Out of the front door is Peterson, but Solver's there to deny. Campbell will go far side and then go for a change. Late man is Evans, driving. Evans will shoot, try to go short side corner. And Matt Vince makes the shoulder save. It's a 2-goal game. It is going to be a fantastic finish. Dawson Theed behind the back.
What is belief? Nathan McKinnon? At 14, he wasn't wishing he'd make it to the NHL. He believed that he would. So while other kids were playing video games, he was putting in the work to make his dream come true. Guaranteed Rate believes in your dreams. That's why we treat everyone like we treat our own family and work extra hard to get you the lowest low rate possible. Because if you believe, you will.
Introducing Fanatics.ca, Canada's largest collection of officially licensed fan gear. From all the leagues and teams you love. Shop now and get today's special offer. Fanatics.ca, officially licensed everything.
You like checks. Hey, we like checks. You like new moves. We like new moves. You like to score. like to assist. Alterna Savings, the good in banking.
Two-goal game here in the fourth quarter. Buffalo leading Halifax. Time now for our Alterna save of the game.
Well, we had a bunch to pick from Matt Vince, but this one might have been the best one we've seen so far. As Sean Evans just dancing around right on the crease. Peterson almost never misses from in that tight, but Vino, 40 years old, playing like a youngster in that crease. Tremendous save.
So Josh Byrne will start with it in his own end. Watched there by Tyson Bell. Little match of speed for speed. And Byrne will bring it near side to Ogananico. Buchanan all the way around the horn. Connor Field. Buchanan inside feed. Kluche scores! What a handle. What a finish. And it's 14-11.
Thread the needle, why don't ya? As Fields gets this over to the far side, Kyle Buchanan, and what a snag out of midair by Kluche. Just a great feed and finish from the Buffalo Bandits to stop that run, stop the bleeding, and take a 3-goal lead.
Back to the dot we go, Adler and Withers. This has been an excellent matchup between these two. Just getting some things fine-tuned. And nicely won there by Adler, right back to Dane Smith. And then Smith throws it to space, and Brownell will able to find it.
Withers 16 for 28 on the face-off dot.
Fields, Kluche behind the back. Oh, and that one turned aside by Aaron Bold.
Massive bounce back save there from Bold. That would have been an absolute backbreaker. Instead, it's a big stop. Halifax has a chance to start chipping away at that lead once again.
Into the corner, Peterson. He'll round the corner. Now near side, Dawson Theed on an isolation. Theed shot, put it wide. Keogh shot, kicked aside by Matt Vince. Quickly up ahead, Dalton Solver gets across center, throws on the air brakes, and we'll leave it for Kyle Buchanan. Buchanan gets a pick from Nanico. Go on the backhand flip. Went on target. Bold had to be aware of that. Now Bell. Peterson. Bell will go for a late change. Check that at Sean Evans. Keel. To Evans. Gets a pick. Takes a shot. Turned aside. Rebound. Keel. Oh, he just put it wide. And he paid the price for it too. And then typical. Stephen Keogh gets right back into the mix. Forces a turnover and a new possession. Keogh, shot. Oh, what a save, Matt Vince. Re-racked the Alterna save of the game. Show that one on repeat.
Unbelievable stuff from Matt Vince.
Here's Kluche, step shot. Oh, and a nice save by Aaron Bold, who was down early. In transition, Nungo Thompson. Oh, a diagonal feed picked off right on the doorstep by Ian McKay. Dane Smith from his own end line, oh, he put it off the bar. And then he took a rough ride into the end boards by Peterson.
Smith slowing things down. I think a little bit too back and forth for the T-Birds. They want to get their offense back out here. They're starting to really find their stride here in the later stages of this game.
Here's Jameson. Relatively quiet night for the Thunderbirds captain. Keogh catches it off the end boards, drives to the middle of the floor, takes a hit from Sweeting. Still going Keogh, oh my God. I do not know how he keeps the ball in his stick like that all the time.
Well, he's a strong lad, first off.
That's true.
He's got a little bit of a grocery bag on the end of the stick.
That is also true.
And he's just a hard-nosed grit grinder that you absolutely, look at this toe drag, just fights through a couple of checks, throws this. I mentioned it, man, like coming into this game, you could tell he had a bee under his bonnet, and he's been playing with some edge all game long.
He always does. It's why so many teams would love to have 6 Stephen Keoghs.
I'd take 17.
I'm not sure how good his defense is.
Well, fair enough, fair enough.
Nanakoke saying that went off a Thunderbird player. Tyson Bell is a little shaken up. Robinson. Evans to the heart of the defense. Backhander on that hit. Ethan O'Connor on the crease.
Bandits, man, they soak a bunch of shots. They just pack things tight right around the crease. We've seen so many of these defenders block these shots over the past couple of days.
Chase Fraser isolated near side on Hossack. Goes to Byrne, right back to Dane Smith. And then Smith has it pop out of his stick, loose ball, Fields fighting for, and it'll be picked up there by Withers. Fraser with a heavy wrap check. Thompson. Shanks. Here's Jammer. Threw a couple picks. Jamison shot. Again knocked down by a stick, this time Brownell. He's gonna go for a run. Brownell will flip it to Smith. Shot scores! And Ian McKay at the other end on the ground in considerable pain. But Dane Smith with another goal, and that could be the dagger.
7 points for Dane Smith. It starts with Brownell with the big pickoff, throws it over, great feed, and Smith just throws that down with authority. That is a coach's dream, not trying to pick corners, just throwing that as hard as he can on cage, picks it right by Aaron Bold. And that is an absolute momentum killer, but hopefully for Ian McKay, you mentioned he's down on the turf right now, getting some attention from the Bandits medical staff. That's something, if you're a Buffalo Bandits fan, you certainly do not want to see McKay having himself quite the afternoon here in Halifax. And you said it earlier, Teddy, got to be one of the most underrated transition players in the game.
Looks like Max Adler. LeBron's talking about their flight paths. But McKay, slow to get up, making his way off. But what was once a 2-goal game has quickly ballooned to a 4-goal game as the Bandits have started to put nails in the coffin.
We'll get a look of Ian McKay when he was hurt.
All right, we ready?
There he is right on the crease. Non-contact.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. I don't know where Tyson Geik is down on turf level, but we'll see if he can maybe get an ear by the bench of the Bandits to find out what happened to Ian McKay, but definitely scary indeed.
McKay's still on the bench, so that's a good sign, but maybe a cramp, who knows? Inside, oh, what a save by the right shoulder by Matt Vince to deny Dawson Theed in tight. Battling for that loose ball. Peterson gets bumped off the contact. And nice job by Dalton Sulver to escape trouble. Ooh, that could have been over and back. Nice hands there by Sweeting. Kluche far side. Halifax just going to keep Clark Peterson down in the offensive zone. Kluche Nanakoke. 3 in the shot clock. Oh, Nanakoke got that on target. How?
I have no idea. Gillies and Hossack draped all over him, and he's still able to get that shot off.
Nungo Thompson skips it far side. Peterson. Lead man is Jameson. He has it now. Gives it off to Robinson near side. 15 on the shot clock. One time, and Matt Vince post to post in a hiccup. Criollo at center. 2:30 in regulation.
Matt Vince, 54 saves this afternoon. You have got to be kidding me.
I don't mean to be that guy, but yesterday, 54 saves and 11 goals against. And Withers gives Adler an extra shot. But it's a 4-goal lead, and Matt Vince is in the zone. He continues to shut the door.
Sports Interaction, Canada's odds maker.
Final moments here in Halifax. Time now for your Fanatics turning point of the game. And just one of his 5 goals on the night, Mr. Dane Smith.
A big goal in the afternoon and in this contest, but an even bigger goal in his career, as that was number 300, and it was an absolute bouncer beauty for the man they call the Great Dane. He's been great here tonight, and so have the Bandits, a 15 spot. And that's a big reason where the turning point in the tide was turned for the Bandits.
Well, Buffalo just going to kind of eat some clock. There's no need to go to the net. There's no need to put anybody in danger. Just eat 30, maybe try and get a reset. Burn way out. It's a pick from Fields. And Buffalo will just ice it. $1:44 remaining in regulation. Not out of the realm of possibilities, but as Aaron Bold makes his way to the bench.
We've seen crazier things in this building, Teddy.
We have. I haven't, but we have, collective.
Well, I hope you watched the broadcast at home.
Of course. Peterson with a shot on his wrong side, saved by Matt Vince. Back to Peterson, shot, put it wide. Rebound, Jameson up top. And that shot again soaked by the defense. Keogh shot, another save, Matt Vince.
You've got to be kidding me, Teddy. What? I have no words.
Another save by Matt Vince. Good to see Ian McKay back out on the floor for the Buffalo Bandits. Last minute of regulation, Jameson. Peterson, put it wide. Off the back of the official. See, turned aside by Matt Vince again. And that one might have been the easiest one, as Thede just tried to jam it 5-hole. And Feed looking for a customer to dance. And an empty net by Chase Fraser will surely put a capper on this one.
If there was any sort of questions, the Buffalo Bandits were the real deal, certainly this weekend cements it. 2 convincing victories over the Halifax Thunderbird, and it's another 15-plus performance, 16 here.
Exact same score as yesterday, currently.
It is, 16-11. 27 seconds left. We might get another one.
Bold back between the pipes for the Birds.
I think you can, gush over the 16 spot that they put up, but what this defense and Matt Vince were able to do here tonight, remarkable stuff.
Bold will go to the bench for an extra. Evans, Shanks, shot, put it wide. As time will tick down, and the Buffalo Bandits, who clinched a playoff spot yesterday, solidified their role as the top team in the National Lacrosse League with another 16-11 win over the Halifax Thunderbirds.
From top to bottom with the offense, the defense, transition, and of course, the goaltender, Matt Vince. One of the best goaltenders this game has ever seen. Finishes with an unbelievable performance in between the pipes. Matches and beats his season high for saves. And the Thunderbirds late in this game, we saw a push back from them, Teddy, but ultimately it was those block shots and those big saves from Vince that prevented them from having that comeback.
You mentioned the schedule will get a little easier for the Halifax Thunderbirds. They'll play Rochester at home next weekend. It doesn't get much easier, for the Buffalo Bandits, as they will play Philly on Thursday and then at Philly, at Colorado. So they're playing 4 games in 8 days, included this weekend. If you want to be the best team in the National Lacrosse League, you're about to find out how good you are, and you're going to be tested. And so far, they've passed their first test.
Certainly did, and a little adversity is not a bad thing, Teddy. And I think, them going on the road, facing some teams that are going to try to take down this Bandits team and hand them their second victory, it's going to be good for this team. It's going to be tough. But they've made breathing room for themselves. So even if they split that road trip, it's not the end of the world. Even if they lose both games, it really isn't the end of the world. But how about 132 shots against for Matt Vince over the past 24 hours and only 22 goals against? That's ridiculous.
Yeah, and over 100 saves. Don't have the complete numbers, but if he goes 54 and then 54 plus, he's close to 110, and he's down on the turf with Tyson Geik.
Matt, 54 saves last game, 59 tonight. How much does familiarity help you with this Halifax Thunderbirds team, having spent so many years with this organization?
Yeah, it does, but it doesn't. They have great shooters. They have, they have good guys that, they know my tendencies as well. So it's a little bit of, a chess match at times. But overall, you want to just make one save at a time. And I was happy our offense put up a lot of some good numbers there to give me a little bit of take away the pressure late in the game.
I spoke with Dane about the confidence that this team has. The Bandits are just rolling. Over your years in the NLL, have you played with a team that has this much confidence and swagger?
It's tough to match that. Those young guys on that offensive end bring a lot of energy every single night. And it translates into hard work and practice. It mimics a lot of the players that are on that other bench over there. So, it's fun. And I think as you get older in the league, sometimes that enthusiasm, that swagger, goes on to some of the older guys.
You've got a tough schedule to close out the season. Do you feel that's a bit of a benefit to the Bandits as you close out the season with stronger teams and head into the postseason, chase for the championship, really rolling?
Yeah, I think it's a tough test. The NLL's a grind. I got to go to work, the next couple of days and then, head off for a couple tough games. But overall, you just want to keep the momentum rolling, and it's great when you're able to play and get right back out there. So we look forward to another tough weekend.
Thanks, Vino. Congrats on the win.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Matt Vince of the Buffalo Bandits, 59 saves. Absolutely phenomenal. Just seeing those shots from the outside that the Bandits, or rather the Halifax Thunderbirds, had for him. and he has just been strong all season long. There is no fault in his game. Halifax Thunderbirds back for their last home game of the season right here in the Nest. That game goes on Friday against the Rochester Nighthawks. They'll have the chance to get back in the win column after dropping their last 4 games straight before heading on the road, taking on the Calgary Roughnecks in a rescheduled game that's on the West Coast. We've also got the New York Riptide, and then they will close out the season with the Rochester Nighthawks. You're watching the NLL on TSN. We'll be back right after the break.
What is belief? Nathan McKinnon? At 14, he wasn't wishing he'd make it to the NHL. He believed that he would. So while other kids were playing video games, he was putting in the work to make his dream come true. Guaranteed Rate believes in your dreams. That's why we treat everyone like we treat our own family and work extra hard to get you the lowest low rate possible. Because if you believe, you will.
Introducing Fanatics.ca, Canada's largest collection of officially licensed fan gear. From all the leagues and teams you love. Shop now and get today's special offer. Fanatics.ca, officially licensed everything.
You like checks. Hey, we like checks. You like new moves. We like new moves. You like to score. We like to assist. Alterna Savings, the good in banking.
An almost carbon copy of yesterday's game, 16-11. The Buffalo beat the Halifax Thunderbirds off a stellar performance by Matt Vince and a 5-goal night from Dane Smith.
A 61 save performance from Matt Vince. Obviously, the heartbeat of that offense was Dane Smith. You say a carbon copy, but it was good to see Halifax at least have that fight back. But man, this Bandits team, I don't know how a team is going to beat them in a 3-game series. There's next to no holes on this team.
They are now on a 5-game winning streak. On the other side of the ball, Halifax has now lost 4 in a row.
Yeah.
Is it concerning for them knowing that going into the stretch of this season, they're not playing their best lacrosse?
I think at this point here, it gives you enough time with the last few games of the season to get things right. You always hear me say there's a get-right game. Rochester is the team that they're playing next week in this building. Maybe send a final farewell for the regular season schedule in here.
It has been a fantastic game back and forth between these two clubs. You know, Warren Hill didn't have his best stuff this week, and Aaron Bold came in, held the fort as best he could. But, you know, overall, as we look at the stats, it was just a very one-sided affair, maybe except for face-offs. But, you know, Buffalo, again, they're now 7 for 12 on the power play this weekend. Halifax, 1 for 12.
1 for 12 is just not going to win you lacrosse games. We saw that Dawson Theed goal, and it looked like they started to figure things out, but that's something that Micah Kersey and Stu Montour are going to have to figure out, because there's too much offensive firepower to not find the back of the net.
Halifax will play here again next Friday against the Rochester Nighthawks. Buffalo will go on the road for 2 games at Philadelphia and Colorado. We are in the stretch run here in the National Lacrosse League. There's the scores from this past weekend, and it's just getting closer and closer and closer with every weekend, except for the Buffalo Bandits, who are just running away from everybody.
Yeah, this is the thing with this parity in the league. You absolutely love to see it. Vancouver obviously picking up a huge win. The West is a mess. The East is a mess. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the chaos, baby.
It has been a fantastic for my first experience here in the Nest. Thanks to Pat, thanks to Dennis, thanks to all of our crew here inside the Scotiabank Centre. For one last time, your final score, Buffalo beats Halifax 16-11 and take a stranglehold over the #1 seed overall in the National Lacrosse League. For Pat Gregor, my name is Teddy Jarrett. Thanks for watching the NLL right here on TSN.